As you can tell, I got a new piercing. Vertical Labret, or Labret, however you say it. And I literally got it, I think I thought about getting it for like a month or two, and then me and my friend actually went together and got our piercings together. She got a normal Labret and I got a vertical one, and it was really fun. It was a fun day. Fun, getting pierced, and the pain, that's fun. I would say the pain for me, like before I actually got on the table and sat down and decided to do it, when we were there, first off, it was inaccessible. We never checked, and sometimes I just don't, because I just assume that places are going to be accessible, and it wasn't accessible. But I scooted my butt up like 2 flights of stairs, 2 or 3 flights, and it was fun. Yeah, by the end of it, she was like, "Do you want some water?" I was like, "Yes," and I chugged that bitch down. It was so crazy. And so before I got it, my friend went first, and while she was getting it done, she let out this scream, this whole not like a scream, but just like a panicked scream. And I turned to our other friend and I was like, "I didn't like that sound. Didn't like." And it was just funny. But she ended up being a badass and going first and getting it done first, and then holding my hand while I'm getting it done. And oh, the cat's up here. Literally, it was a great time. The pain getting it done, the top down is how they pierce it. So the initial was oh my gosh, I think my eyes went crossed, and then it was oh, okay, it went away. And the pain, there was barely any pain there, just a little bit of swelling. And literally, I have barely swollen up, thank God, knock on wood. I've barely swollen up at all. And you can already see at the bottom, it's starting to get more and more out, if that makes sense. So I have to go. There's the original piercings shop that we wanted to go to didn't have a piercer that day that could do it. So I called the shop yesterday, and I was like, okay, this shop that I went to get it done said that I had to come in a week and get it changed or whatever, downsized. And he was like, "Oh no, you're not supposed to get it downsized until a month later." So I guess I'm going to wait a month and see how things go with it. Yeah, see how it goes, because you can kind of see there's room in between the bar and my lip, but I don't know, there's a little bit of swelling, I think. But it's a cool piercing. I like it. If I had to choose between my piercings now, I would definitely keep my lip one out of all of them, because it was more painful to get than a septum or a nostril, but it wasn't as bad as you know, it wasn't really that bad because, like, I didn't bruise. I didn't barely swell up. Like, it's actually healing pretty nicely the last few days. But I drench it in, like, that saline stuff. Every time I clean it, I spray the shit out of it. And it's worked out for me so far. Another thing I want to talk to you about, oh God, so pretty much, I said that I wanted to move, but I actually went today to the Richmond Section 8 office, and I went through all the paperwork, and she said I was accepted and approved because of based on my income. I get disability, if anyone doesn't know. It's not that much. And she acted like there was some kind of science to the whole picking a place, having to make sure it's in budget. It has to be 40%. Like, I can't pay over 40% of the rent or altogether or something like that, and I only have to pay 30% of the rent. So it was very confusing between like that and the utilities and the rent. Like, it was just like, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, I'm gonna have to find a place within a month. Literally, I'm in a wheelchair, and like, it's 10 times harder to find something. So I'm kind of just changing my mind about it. I wrote down some pros and cons. So the first pro is it's a bigger city, and it's closer to my school that I go to. River would enjoy it, my dog, and there would be more job opportunities. Cons is having to start the process all over again. I've already lived in a income-based apartment here in my small town, and I'd be away from my family. I help out a lot with my family, just with my mom because she has foster kids, and I help them go to their appointments and like any activities that she wants to go to. I tag along with her just because sometimes it's easier, especially with Wesley, who is my cousin technically. He's 5, and literally it's like a little bit more helpful whenever we take the boys, which is my nephews, 6 and 12, I think, years of age. So Wesley and Aiden get to play together and stuff whenever we all go out. And so anyways, it's pretty much like an extra pair of eyes to watch everybody, you know. Sometimes you gotta watch those teenagers too, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't know, I don't know. That starting the whole process over again, I don't want to do. Because I'll be moving away from a stable housing living situation. I've been here for 9 months. This is the first time I've ever been stable and alone for a long period of time since I lived in my house 3 years ago in Richmond. That was the only other place I've been stable for a year. I have moved a lot, and I've regretted a lot, and I just don't want to make a rash decision of up and moving again when Richmond isn't the city I really want to live in. I want to live in Lexington, which you got to have Lexington money to live there. Like, I'm not living in the HUD because it's going to be more dangerous and more sketchy. But with my degree that I'm pursuing, I would like to live in Lexington eventually, around the Hamburg area, hopefully. That's my dream. And by that time, like, I've already thought about this all, and like, River's gonna be like older, and it's just gonna, I'm gonna go through a hard time with that. And I don't know, I've thought about this a lot, and it's just, yeah, it's a lot. So another reason is having to find my own apartment. Like, that's, like I said earlier, I'm in a wheelchair. It is going to be a 10 times more struggle to find a place. And by August, and they said by early October, possibly, if I extended it, or if I had proof that I was looking at places and trying. And that would have to be within the limits of the funds. So I already have, like, this place is a little bit different. Like, I just pay 30%, and that's my rent. But they don't get a more percentage from a landlord because they own these places. So I'm already set in that in a way, and I don't want to add on more extra stress. And like I said before, I don't want to have to move, not even been a year here. So, and also I would have to pay a deposit. The deposit would not be covered. Like, here it's extended on my lease. So, and I wouldn't even know, like, if I could up and move from this place, like, if I would have to pay money. And I just, like, that's extra money that I don't have, and expenses that I don't have. Like, I don't know. I get confused a lot of the times of what I really want, because I got, you know, my mom, and she has her opinions, and like, yeah, like, some of them are right, you know, and like, they help me. But like any other, it's just like anyone else's other opinion, like, it's their opinion. So I've got, you know, my best friend's opinion, I got my mom's opinion, I got my therapist trying to help me through it all. So it's just like, I don't know, one thing after another, kind of. So I think that's why I don't want to move anymore. Like, I was really excited and stuff, but I really don't have a place for Richmond either, that, like, I, in my heart, that I, like, desire to be there. I did whenever I was younger in college. I don't think the place that I live now is where I want to be either, but I do like the city life. So like, that's why Lexington, like, that's why I really want to live in Lexington. And I tried to live in Lexington, and I couldn't afford it, and I got scared, and I backed out, and I moved because I couldn't afford where I was living at. And that place is 3 times higher now. So Lexington is very, very expensive. I just, like, my dreams is to get a home, like, pay off my debts, not other than school. Like, I have debts to pay. Find a good house in Lexington that's not too in a bad of an area, and live there, or pay rent. You know, either way it would be fine, because I would have my own stable career. Sorry, I move a lot. It's my ADHD. I swing back and forth a lot, because I don't like to sit in one spot. I hate watching TV. I hate, really, unless it's YouTube, like, or TikTok shorts, or YouTube shorts. I just, unless it's something I'm interested in, like true crime, sometimes I get into. A good show like Baby Reindeer was, like, really good. I don't really watch too much TV or movies. Like, it is agonizing to sit through a movie to me. And my mom's always like, why can't you pay attention? And I was like, my ADHD, I'm sorry. I do take medicine for that. So I'm increasing it before school starts again, because she said it doesn't really work unless you're at this next dose I'm taking. So my insurance doesn't cover it until Friday, so I gotta wait till Friday. But other than that, like, lately I've just been super sad. And like I have friends, but I don't get close to them. Like, I make it a point to not get close because I'm afraid of getting close to somebody and them leaving, like my other friends did in the past. Like, I had two best friends, and you know, they say life just pulls apart friends, but you can't help but think it's because of you. And it's hard because I don't have a partner. Like, I've been single for 3 years, and that hasn't worked out either, and I don't have someone close to talk to besides my family. Like, I don't have somebody to vent to, really. And I've been really super sad about the wheelchair stuff. Like, ever since I was a kid, I felt different from everybody. Like, I could just tell that I was different. And although I did have more friends in middle school and elementary school, once I got older, even mainly teachers in middle school treated me awful. Like, they wouldn't let me on the dance team because I was in a wheelchair, like, and they legit said that. It was because of that. Some teachers, you could tell, like, I would go in the classroom and they did not want me to be there. Especially in middle school. Some of them would not let me do activities and watch the other kids have activities, and like, I would be on my phone and I would get in trouble for it. Like, the teachers in middle school were really shitty to me. And I had friends in middle school. It was like, I don't know, I don't think it was because my dad died that I changed, because like, in middle school I had friends after that when I was like 13. So I don't think it was him dying that made me like change my social bubble. I used to be very social, but yeah. I'm trying to think of when I got hit by that car when I was 17. So I don't think that was it either, because that was like my senior year. So I don't know what changed. I think just like feeling like, you know, not included sometimes and stuff as a kid or as a teenager, feeling different. And like, everybody feels different, but like, you know, being in a chair and feeling different also. And now, like, I don't have an excuse for it. Like, I have friends that want to be my friend and get to know me, and like, I want to be social and funny and like how I really am, but I get so in my head, like, oh, they don't really like me, or if I get too close, then they'll leave. I have like severe issues with that. And like, my therapist said it wasn't really, like, my therapist acts like it's not really a disorder, because I actually try to go out and talk to people, like friends, and I try to, like, I go to events. But like, I have made up times before of bailing, and like I leave early just because I am so anxious of having any sort of conversation with people that it gets like that bad. Sorry, like, I enjoy these like sit down talks more than I do showing you that I'm cleaning, you know, mundane stuff. And also, like, I can't create like multiple hours of video footage without needing another battery, like, throughout the day. So I need to get that battery charger and battery pack so I can start doing that for you guys. I just haven't yet. Like, I need the technology, but yeah, literally, like, it's just been really hard lately. And my ADHD brain goes from one thing to another, and lose track of everything. I don't know. It's very hard to talk to people and genuinely feel like you're not weird or not welcome. And, you know, I guess I need to work on that, but I don't know how. Anyways, that's my rant for today. Leaving off on a sad note, me. I think that, you know, I found my camera, as if you can't tell now. So I'll make more videos now that I found my camera battery, or camera charger. That's what it is. And thank you guys for letting me vent here, and enjoy your day. See you later.